Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully able to display all that our edit data, right? If you select it, then that will be updated, and also when you click as edit, then that will be display two of this button as edit task and then the cancel. Now first of all, I want to work in our edit task. Okay, so when you click as edit, then after if you want to change any data, and after that if you click as edit this task, then that will be updated in our local storage. So for doing this, first of all we have to get our two of this class, right? If you want to get it here, we have to create two of this event listener, and that will be obviously on the click. Now let's do that work. For doing this in our index, okay, into the index I want to do after that I want to first of all create two of this event listener. First of all I want to add the document, and the document our query selector. With this query selector, first of all I want to get that our class name, right? So that will be our class name. If you go to our index, into the index, that is our two of this button as edit task and then the cancel, and you can see there is a one button, there is another button. So first of all I want to get our this class name and this button class name as edit task button. I copy it. Now in our index I simply load it. Okay, and then I want to add that as an event listener. There is a add, okay, add event listener, and that will be our type. Our type will be as a click, right? That will be as a click type, and then I want to pass that one of the function. Okay, here there is an array function. I simply pass it. Great. And also into particular that position I want to pass one of the event object, and then also the same things now I want to add that our another class, because they have the two class, right? I copy it and then I paste it. Now our another class for the cancel as a cancel task button, I copy it and then I name it as a cancel task button. Now in our UI, I want to create another prototype. Okay, so for the edit I want to create another prototype with our UI, and then the update I name it as update task. Okay, update task, and then into this area I want to pass our event. I simply pass it that event. And also for the cancel, okay, for the cancel I want to do the same things here. That is our UI, and with this UI I want to create as another one as a cancel. Okay, cancel and cancel task. I name it as a cancel task, and also here I pass that as event. So here I'm actually using the UI as I told you before. I hope you already remember, because I have already created on the UI object, right? I take that things with this variable as a UI. For the reasons with this, now I want to create two of this prototype as an update task and then the cancel task. Now I want to create this prototype as a update task in our UI. Now go to our UI, and here, okay, here after this I want to create another one, and that will be as a UI and then the prototype, and then our prototype name I name it as an update task, right? And then that will be on the function. So I simply loaded this function, and in this function area that is one of the event, and then that is our function. Great. So into this function area, what exactly we have to do? Like if you go, when you click as a edit, okay, when you click as a edit, and here I have already created one of the hidden input field, right? Into this hidden input field there is one of the ID. I have already added one of the ID in our this position, that is one of the input field ID. And with this I want to first of all check it. Okay, one by one we have to actually check all that our task data. If it's matched with our ID, then that will be updated, right? So for the reasons here we need the title, and also we need that our ID. So I take one of the variable, okay, I take one of the constant. With this constant I take one of the variable as a task, okay, task ID. I name it as a task ID, and then our we need another one, our title will be needed, right? For the title I take another variable as a constant variable, and here I name that as a task, okay, task title. So I name it as a task title. Okay friend, I hope it's very clear. So now where exactly our ID and where exactly our title? So I have already take it, you can see before I have already take that our title value, and that is our ID value. So now our ID will be our this one. That means that is actually our ID value. I simply copy it and here I paste it. That is our ID value, and that is our title value, right? I want to take this title value. I simply loaded this title value. Right friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So now we need that our title, right? That means if you go here, that is will be updated. So now that is our title. I want to get this title. If you go to our index, into this index, that is, you can see that is actually our all the title, and for the title there is one of the class as a tax title. So I want to take this tax title because here we have to update, right? Now I want to do better. After that I take another variable as a constant variable and I just name it as a task. I name it as a task, and then that will be as a document, and then the query selector, and into this query selector I want to get this title as a tax title. Okay, I simply loaded this tax title and I take the things with this variable. Great. And now we have to check it, right? We have to check, that will be check one by one, that is that our title is exist or not. Here we have to check it, and also after that we have to also check our IDs match or not, right? If you want to do that work, I want to do, after that I take that our task, okay, that is our task, and with this task I want to add that our for each loop, because here we have to check one by one, and we have to check it by which things? We have to check it by the title. Okay, that is our property. I pass it as one of the parameter as a title, and into this title area here, first of all I want to put another condition. Okay, if and here if you want to access our ID, that means right now if you go to our index, you can see that is actually our ID, right? If you want to access this ID, then what exactly that will be do? It should be check like there is our one class, there is our another parent class, and there is our another parent class. First of all we have to access this class, and then we have to access this ID, right? And this ID will be, I have already discussed about that things with you, that will be as a data set, and then the created date, remember? So now I want to add this, that means if, and with our this title, then that will be as a parent. Okay, that is a parent element, and there is a first parent element, right? That is our hello world, that means first parent element as this one, and there is our another parent element as a task. So now we have to add both of this, again the parent element, and then the data, right? That is a data set, and with this data set that will be as a create date, right? You can see there is a create date, one of the class. You can see there is a create date, one of the argument here. Now I want to simply add it. With this now I want to put that condition when it will be equal, that means this title, when that will be equal our ID, right? Because what exactly that things is happening, like when you click as edit, okay, first of all one by one that will be check all that our title is match or not, and also into this title there have also one of the ID. This ID will be when that will be a match, that means title, and then ID when that will be as a match. Our ID will be what? I have already taken that our ID with this variable, and that is our ID. Okay, here it will be check, and after that in our if condition area, here I want to add one of the inner text. So into this title, and then I want to add that inner, okay, inner text, that will be the inner, okay, inner text. So I make it as the inner text, and into this inner text area I want to update our simple work. I have already get that value, so here that will be updated. Okay, that is our title will be updated. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you what exactly the things I have done in particular that position. And also here we have to check the same things, like some of the times when you click as edit, and after that if you make it as empty, I don't want to update any empty value. Okay, that will be neither, then that will be replaced with the empty. So if you want to add it, I hope you already remembered that part, like that is our total condition. Here I simply copy it, or rather than I cut it. Okay, I cut it, and I want to pass one of the if condition into this if condition area. Here what exactly it should be do, our task title, that is a task title, right? And with this task title I want to run our length, right? That is our length property. When it should be greater than 0, okay, then that will be display. So here I simply want to paste it. Okay, so then that will be actually executed. Great. So that's all. So with this you cannot able to add any empty title. Okay, here it will be check it our task title. So that is our task title, when that will be checked that our length, you can see spelling mistakes, that is a length th, right? That is a length. When this length will be as a greater than 0, then this total task will be replaced with our new task. Okay, I simply updated this part. Now let's check this out. It should be work. Now click as a save all. Now go there. Now and refresh it. Like right now this is a new one. Okay, I click as a edit and I make it as a this is a new 2. Okay, I make it as a this is a new 2. Now this data will be replaced with our previous data. That means here that is actually our title. You can see there is a title as a this is new 1. So now that should be updated. That means that should be replaced our this data. Now click as a edit task. Now you can see it's not updated. It's not updated because of all that is actually the multiple data, right? Maybe I get that one. That is you can see I make it as a query selector 1 because that is actually the multiple title, right? They have the multiple title that will be added here. I have already loaded that for each. Better here I want to do to make it as a query selector all. Okay, query selector all. I want to take it as a query selector all because there is a multiple all that our task. So here I simply take it. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Now go, now refresh it, and now I want to edit this one. Now click as a, I make it as a 4 click as a edit. Yes, you can see it's now successfully updated. So before that is actually the multiple data. Okay, here we have to query multiple all the title, right? That is a task title, that is a multiple one. For the reasons here we have to pass that as a query selector all. And now you can see it's now successfully updated. Okay, it's now successfully updated this task. If you want to add this one, make it as a different name, click as edit task, and this task is now successfully updated. So now I want to do when that will be updated successfully, then again I want to make it as a change. Okay, here I want to change that our edit task and the cancel button that should be not display. If you want to do that work right now, there is a prototype as update task, right? Here I have already done it. You can see I have already done the same things. Better I copy the total things from here from our edit task. I copy it, and then here after this, okay, after this I want to paste it. I simply paste it. So now right now our value will be as empty. Okay, when that will be updated successfully, then I want to make this value will be as empty. And also for the ID, that is our title, and also ID I want to make it as a empty. Okay, I make it as a empty. And then our add text will be again visible. That means that will be as a inline, and our edit and cancel will be as a none. Okay, that means that should be not display. I simply change it as a none. That will be as a none, and also that will be as a none. Great. So now that should be updated. So that's all we have to do. Now if you click as a save all, okay, if you now click as a save all, so right now I refresh it again, and now you can see it's again become changed as a new one because of all I didn't update replace it in our local storage. Okay, we will do that things later. Right now I'm going to check it in here. Now click as edit. I want to edit it, and after that edit, if you click as edit task, yes, you can see that is successfully updated. It's now become empty because I have already updated. That will be as a value will be updated as a empty. So for the reasons it's now become empty, and then our display at task button will be as inline. That means that will be display, and rest of this our edit and then cancel will be none, and you can see it's not totally gone. Great. Now we have to update this data. We have to replace this data also in our this local storage, right? So how can do that work? Better I want to continue this process in our next video. I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.